There's absolutely no time that's marked on the calendar and or on the training program for sleep. And you tell guys like you can go for days and days on end without sleeping, like literally, and the instructors look and seem shocked when they find you, enjoying sleep even for 5 minutes.
I actually didn't sleep for a number of days, and when I did finally sleep, yes, I had gone to a latrine, and but not to do anything, but just to hide.
And guys were hiding in the latrine to actually hide and sleep.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. And I slept.
Trees to sleep.
I slept from 6 to 8 p.m. That was like a record. Standing up, didn't fall down. I was just like this. That was crazy. They had a whole like search party, wondering. They thought I escaped. I was just taking a nap, and I came out fresh. I didn't have supper, but I was fresh. You make some sacrifices. You win some, you lose some. That's all it is. That's one of the most amazing things about let me just specify it as cadet training. It's one of the most amazing things about it, because everything is a training aid. Everything in that place. Everything. Going to the toilet, going to the shops, sleeping like I did. You have to take a nap at some point. You'll shut down. You'll crash. But you have to take advantage of these things. And it's so good that you go to class during the day and you learn these new things and you employ them to improve your life later on in the evenings. It's training is so much fun.
Yes.
If you let it to be fun.
Absolutely. That's what I realized at the initial stages. As I said, for me, I'm gonna enjoy this training. Guys thought it was mental. When punishment comes, and I was talking about bread, so you'd be sent and you come back and you're given someone his pacos,
Yeah.
And you hear people scrambling, especially for the guys who didn't
didn't have enough tactics to go and get their own bread.
And they're asking someone for even 2 kangumus, and they're buying for like exorbitantly. Like someone would sell you a kangumu if they raise that much for like 50 shillings a kangumu. But someone says, man, irrespective of the money you're offering, I only have 10. I only have 10. And you're wondering
because of the shortages, supply, demand, and all that. So the shopkeepers sometimes would be malicious. Some of them were malicious. The most expensive thing I ever bought was bread and milk. That's the most expensive thing. It was like 1,000 shillings for those two, because I never got the change back. I still want the change, by the way. These guys just took my K and gave me bread and milk like this, just one packet. Never got the change. Or like, my friend, do you want to come and get the change from the shop? I'm like, nope. No, I'd rather have this bread and this milk and go on my merry way. That's all I need right now.
You have no way of reporting this guy. You have no way of raising alarm, because you do understand illegality in the first place.
A seller's market, man. They will take you for everything you have. This bread and this milk is somehow very delicious when in this spot.
Man, wow. Quite a number of stuff. And from the audience, I think what I just asked is, how was it for you? Like, the army is known for, training people to be super fit, and part of that is, walk long distances. This question, I think, is very relevant. Comes hot in the heels of what we just did today. We are here at the Olorge Isalia prehistoric site, and the hike. We just humped like 25 kilometers. Would look like a serious challenge to someone else, but for you and I who've been prepared, effectively, and we've done, loads and loads of tabs, loads and loads of navigation, they call it. How was it for you? It's quite an experience, by the way, as well. But navigation was one of those, the hallmark of, and with pinpoint accuracy, moving from point A to point B through to Z. and they were both day night navigation, and it's done in an area that's absolutely, you're green, absolutely green. It's not like you've been prepared effectively, just and with some rusty map, and that was updated,
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone has their own navigation stories. Yes. Everyone has messed up at some point during a navigation so bad that you have to backtrack and go back many kilometers that you've just walked, and you go back to the last checkpoint that you are at just to get a bearing of where you're going. Because they set these things in very vast regions, and you have to walk 50, 60 kilometers one night, one night, and you have to hit all these checkpoints accurately. And remember, I don't know if I don't think they do this now, because I think the Kenyan, Kenyan military is very focused on learning the basics, on getting the fundamentals right. So no one uses GPS. Yes. No one uses GPS. That's a leisure. That's a luxury. That's a luxury for anyone. So you have to go back to bare metal compasses and all that, and it's a challenge in itself. I have to admit that the walking alone is a challenge. The getting everything right and keeping your syndicate together, your group, yes, keeping them together, keeping everyone cohesive. Yes. This all kind of just rubs off some knowledge that you will use later on in an actual battlefield. Yes. You can't be the commander who takes people on the wrong direction. The enemy cannot be in the east and you're walking towards the west. It won't make any sense. You're not going to help anyone with that.
You end up with the wrong enemy and
show up to a different enemy's location.
Absolutely, and that's very fundamental, even in the contemporary life. Yeah. And what this mirrors is just what people face even out here in the contemporary life. They're just going about their business of life contemporarily. In terms of how people reset, everybody does have that internal navigational system. But you will find out, and sadly so, that a lot of individuals are reading off wrong maps, let's say. They have wrong internal guiding systems. They are navigating the business of life with, wrong compasses. And that can be in the sense, in several ways, in the sense that you have maybe warped value systems, you are operating from a wrong worldview. Okay, and that happens in life, man. You meet people who their business, their life in itself is going off in a completely different direction, like you just said. But they're quite engrossed in that direction. They are quite confident that their lives are actually, is actually fixed and taken care of, is okay. Sometimes they back that up with so much tremendous confidence, even in their wrongness, for that matter. So I feel what that navigational, even that exercise in itself really builds on an army guy, an officer, for that matter, in terms of just stewardship, and then making sure that that does not just rub off, just benefit you as a person, but rubs off everybody else that you're leading. And in the sense of preparation, the individuals that you are with in that syndicate. And when things actually hit the fan, which happens quite a number of times, you, the guy who's going to keep his cool and absorb all these chaos and make proper decisions. And sometimes it can be in the sense of, reorienting, going back to the last checkpoint, as you said, several kilometers. Your feet is hurting, everybody's hurting, people are getting angry, but you are able to make the right call to reset things in the right direction. So I feel, wow, in terms of just, and this is just training getting started, just basic course, man, the basic stage of cadet training. And there's so much that is handled in training that, trust me, as we say, you cannot discuss in a sitting like this. There's just gonna be so much that we'll discuss on this platform at Byron Adera on YouTube, other socials as well. This is gonna be broadcast as well on my Facebook page, Adera B Panther. And the audience, can't get enough of this. My man, a parting shot.
Be yourself. Be you. Be authentic. So.
Perfect. Be yourself, be authentic, do the right thing. That's all that's going to take you to the next level. My dad always said, always do the right thing. We can say, in a nutshell, how was our first punishment and how did we react to it? How did we come out of it better? Going forward, how did we have a look at or perceive, if you may, mistakes for that matter, and of course punishment that was meted after the same.
At the initial stages of training, that the punishment is made communal because punishment is made communal because you all have to foster teamwork.